Hello, I'm Zach Survivor. I finally have enough courage to talk about this topic, because no matter what you say and how much sense it makes, people will always defend the Indie Stone. Please, I beg you understand, I do not hate Indie Stone, and I do not hate Project Zomboid. Project Zomboid is my favorite game of all time. Anyone who said anything against the game or devs was crucified in the past, and it will always be like that. Which means I will receive hate, and I'm fully ready for it, because I don't record anymore, and I don't really care. Even though I'm not saying Indie Stone is doing a bad business move, or that they're bad people. So I'm not saying any of that. This is just my opinion, and it might not be true. And I have almost no experience in software and game development, so hopefully you understand that. But I did play this game for years and years, since the primal age of the game. So I will just tell you what I think. The main problem with Project Zomboid Development is time and focus. But time doesn't matter, because look at DayZ for example. It literally died because of how slow the development was, and then beta came out, and boom, it's one of the most played games again. So time doesn't affect game alive time because it's reversible. So focus. Devs focused on animals to add shock content that will draw players in, which will cause more issues in the long run that require fixing. Because of course any additions has its own bugs. I'm not saying devs are doing a bad business move. They realize that big content like vehicles and animations brought a lot of new players. And what's the third thing that they promised? NPCs. And in this case, it will be animals. They know that this will bring a lot of players in. It is a very good business move, but not a good development move. Even though I do not know software development, I have at least half a brain to understand that a lot of things are still unpolished and unfinished. And we will talk about a lot of these. Let's first start with skills. Most notable are electric skill, first aid skill, and metalwork skill. Electronic skill has very little usage. You only need like level 3 or level 6 if you're trying to make timed bombs or whatever, but which also don't work in multiplayer. That's also another topic. So electrical skill after level 6 is absolutely useless, and it's unfinished. But Zed, you can make lamps run on batteries with high skill. Wow, really? As if anyone needs that. I'm surely not gonna be grinding for it. And that's literally it. That's the skill. Only a couple of usages, and they added it just to bring people in because all new content. Next, first aid. There's wound infection that does almost nothing, just slows down the process. Grinding for first aid has a very limited use. Only thing people love first aiders for is fracture healing. Metalworking is old, and they still didn't do anything about the fact that you have very limited constructions and there's literally no metal doors. Like making a metal door or prisoner door that are both already in the game. Keep that in mind, they're already in the game. You can literally add this feature in 15 minutes. And electronic skill could be used together with this to make combination locks that are also in the game, mind you. And you could finally have bases to replace the safe house system, which is just absolute mess. Absolute mess. It's unbalanced. Kills the late game in PvP, which we will talk about later. There's more skills with minimal content, like for example tailoring. Yeah, sure, it works fine and level 10 is god tier, but there's a lot of content that could be added with this. So they chose to work on very difficult addition that's just animals. Instead of improving stuff, they kind of just pushed inside the game just so it feels full. Because a lot of new players go into the game and they see all these skills and think there's a lot of content behind them, and there's not. There's nothing behind them. There's a couple of crafting recipes. That's it. There's a lot more of these examples, so buckle up. So one of the most noticeable that most people just forget, especially old players like me, just they don't really think about them anymore. But look at it. UI is trash. The game is hardcore, but that doesn't mean the UI has to be hardcore. Look at the UI. The inventory system is just a black box. There's modders who just made the inventory system way better. Everything, really. The UI is just dog shit. I'm sorry, it's dog shit. It's so old and still hasn't been touched upon. I just don't understand why. Server browser, oh man, let me not get into that. Let me not get into that one. Server browser is literally the biggest piece of shit I've ever seen. You refresh it and you get different servers every single time. Literally different empty servers. You literally have to go on Google Chrome or whatever the fuck you're using, type in Project Zomboid servers, and then organize it by the most players just to be able to find a proper server that's populated with people, right? Next, co-op system is trash. This is a fact. You go into host, there's like so many options that you don't know what they do, so you just click next, next, next. Literally, like, there's no lobby system, there's nothing. I do understand the lobby system requires servers to function as well, but like, bro, can we start at the same time at least? Or something? Can we, like, it's so bare bones, and it's so, like, raw. Like, look at the... I literally had to make a tutorial on how to host when multiplayer was becoming a thing again, because people had no idea. Literally had no idea what to do. Next, challenges are just forced into the game to add quick content. This is a fact. You have like plenty of challenges that are so bare bones and trash. Literally, rain forever or fog forever. This is literally just you can't even edit anything around it. It's just you just play it and just whatever, right? So let's talk about mods now. Modders fix game problems. And they don't only add content, they literally fix game problems. There's so many things that there's mods for that just fix the game. Content is slow. Small updates don't really offer anything. For example, an entire update was focused on keys and keyrings. That's like, what, 2 hours of development of adding better spawns. Less than 2 hours. I don't know software game development that much, but... And the rest was info about a new build. A whole patch for small fixes and quality of life changes in settings, but no content. I'm cool with these bug fixes, and I'm cool with quality of life, but not when that's the only things in the patch, which should include at least some new content from time to time. Especially when we have to wait for build 42 to get new content, which, like, every single build takes a few years to be released. Don't get me wrong, I know it takes time to add new content, but we should get at least something interesting, like new car for example. Changing old icons or animations into new ones. Small things that will eventually add up and make the game interesting and fun. So basically, we got content that was never touched anymore, and it's unfinished. There's a lot of small things that could be changed or added. I can give you examples too. Road maps with areas and town names to help you travel to other areas and learn the map. The maps in game are pretty bad, especially Louisville map, that have multiple parts, and you find them on zombies in random towns you spawn in, and these maps are so random, they have no reason to exist on these zombies and won't help you at all. Annotated maps should spawn on survivor zombies, but instead they spawn randomly and just feel out of place. New items and item changes, like the option to cut tree branches with a saw, or a sharp weapon off trees, new locations like junkyard and to find metalworking materials and car parts, but I guess the developers don't really want to touch anymore on metalworking skill. A lot of additions that should be in the game already exist as a part of mod, and some of them feel so in place that people love them. And devs use this with foraging, and new foraging system is basically a mod someone made. Devs let modders fix their game as a temporary solution to problems they don't have time to fix. Because guess what? NPCs are on the menu. You will just have to wait a long time, and that's cool, but at least add some kind of filters or easier mod access in the game. Oh, guess what? Modders did that as well with a mod manager. Great. Even NPCs were added as a part of a mod, but yeah, they are bad and all that, but hey, they're in the game. They added with mods. And next one, map. Yeah, map is empty. Devs added unfinished structures. I mean, what the hell? Sure, they made Louisville. That's great. And they want to add more cities. But why is there an unfinished map? Literally, to the west, there's an unfinished map. For 2 years right now. 2 years there's an unfinished map. They started making it to bait people in. To think that there's progress being made. And it's been there for 2 years. Why are you adding content that you just don't want to finish? I don't understand that with Indie Stone. They add so much content that it's literally never going to be finished. Or it's going to be finished in 3 years. Why? Just don't add it. Just don't add it. Is it like a reminder to themselves that, oh, we forgot about this content, we have to finish it? Someone started making it, and what, they just gave up and left it there? Why? And there's roads leading to absolutely nothing, which is also very annoying, especially for new players. They just follow a road and literally get lost, because the road just closes in a forest. That's why a roadmap would be cool. Or just, I don't know, don't make roads that lead to nowhere? The most of the map is just forest, for crying out loud. Next, systems that need improving. PvP. PvP system is just gambling, which depends on your in-game skill. Explosives do not work in multiplayer. They don't work properly even. You throw a pipe bomb into a wall, it explodes instantly. Zombie spawns. Yeah, zombie spawns are shit. Zombie spawns, this is a whole nother video I could make. Zombie spawns are just trash. So I won't even get into that. But at the end of the day, the reason why devs are doing the right thing. Devs are made a documentary on how not to make a game, and stated that they basically live from this game. This is their primary income. Well, that was back then. I don't know now, but like that was back then. Their focus is not making the game as good as possible. They want as many players as possible. More they sell, more they profit. That's literally why this is a good idea. Not saying I'm happy about it. The game is unfinished in many aspects, and they're just adding more ways the game will be unfinished. I don't hate on devs, I'm just giving criticism. But hey, I'm not a game developer. I don't know how it's supposed to go. This is just my opinion, and if anyone knows more, let me know in the comments. Literally talk to me. Anyone who I tell all of this never cares, never really gives me anything in their, like, never gives me their opinion. Everyone is so scared to talk about this. And as a long-term player, I don't care anymore. Hate on me. Tell me anything you want to tell me. I don't care. Okay? So, I just said what makes sense to me. It just felt like I had the right to give an opinion after like more than 7 years of playing this game. One of the last notes is that most people know the game is very spaghetti coded, but I can't really get into that because I really don't understand programming and development. So, hope you don't have a sudden urge to send a pipe bomb into my mailbox after this video. It's all just thoughts and discussions, so tell me what you think, and I hope to see you soon with more videos, which I'm gonna make. Because I'm gonna make a few more controversial videos, because I don't care anymore, and I will tell you my opinion. And because I'm pretty much quitting YouTube at this point, because, you know, my time has come, I guess. So, I hope you enjoyed or whatever, and just, see you around.